So welcome back. Yeah, so this is the first tutorial for the frameless acrylic frames. Why am I saying frameless acrylic frames? So they call it acrylic frame. It's popularly known as acrylic frames. Some people have other objections. So I bought my acrylic glass and it's under this board. So what I want to do here is I want to trim my acrylic glass. Normally this should not happen, please. But I just figured out that fixing my acrylic glass is little bit like taller than my board. So I thought to myself to fix it. Yeah. So that was what I'm just doing now. So, and I've not done it before. So I advise you to tell the people who are cutting your acrylic glass to cut it perfectly. Yes. So because I have to go through the stress of like using my scissors, scratching it to create maybe a sign there before I can break it. So please don't let this happen. If it happens, though I've given you an idea, just use your scissors to scratch on that sign you want to break. After scratching for like maybe just give yourself like maybe 15 minutes or stuff. Just make sure that because it's a glass, you have to be careful. If you're not careful, like you trying to scratch it, it can scatter the glass, like can break the glass. In as much as acrylic, like it's not really breakable glass, but it's still fragile. Yes, so that's why if you want to cut, maybe this acrylic glass is bigger, so you have to take your time and use your rule, your scissors or anything that is sharp. Though they have a particular cutter they use to cut glass or anything glass, they have a particular tool that they use, but I don't have it, so I have to just figure out a means to use my scissors to cut it. So if you are creating an acrylic frame, you must need your acrylic glass. That's the main material. So you see the same thing with your frameless frame. The difference is just the acrylic glass. That's just the difference. The acrylic glass and the stud or like or how like I always miss the pronunciation. Sometimes I'll call it stud. Sometimes I'll call it stud. Like anyhow, shark. Now you want to call it. You can call it in your local dialect, in Yoruba or in Igbo. So I repeat, please make sure that like your glass is perfectly trimmed in the right shape and the right size so that you don't go through the stress. So because I have to use my scissors to now try to trim it, after trimming it, just cut it, then after that I have to use my sandpaper to rub on it, and I spend like close to like 20 minutes doing just that. Like it's most of my time. So you see how I'm doing it, right? I would want to fast forward this in as much as I've cropped like some part of this video so that it will be shorter, but I just want to see, I don't want to just create tutorial that is short. So if you understand what I'm doing now, just scroll off. You don't need to watch everything. I just want to give you the experience of like you are seeing all my failures and seeing all the mistakes I did, and you are learning from it. So I don't just teach you the good aspect, then you start the frame making, you now begin to see that this thing is, it's not as easy as shown, like how I teach it in the tutorial. So I want you to have an idea of how you might like make mistake. I'm not saying this is hard, it's very simple. This is not hard compared to the skill you have learned so far, but this is simple. But I'm just trying to tell you, okay, you might meet this problem, this is how you can solve it. So I begin to scratch, use my sandpaper after cutting the glass, because the edge one was not rough, and I have to now use my sandpaper to smoothen the edges. This sandpaper did a nice job, but not really neat, but at least it tried to some degree. Yes, so I was able to do that. In the next tutorial, you know why this glass is brownish and how you can use the glass, how you can couple it, and very simple. So let's get started. Thank you.